Some Bruce V on these channels later.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it really matters.
We are recording now.
Who's Bruce?
Who's Bruce?
Someone needs to set him free.
Free. Now,
Damn.
Bruce is free.
Someone lock him up.
Sounds like
Lock him
Bruce
up.
should start charging for these services.
All right.
All right.
We're good to
What's
go.
up, guys?
Hello. How's everybody feeling?
This is our welcome. Hi. We haven't done one of these in
A really
3
long-
years?
Many really long time. Many moons.
Welcome to our show.
Yeah, with the recent events, we're just figured we'd get on here and talk to everybody about what's going on.
In case you want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaylen unfortunately left our band and is on to big things, so we just figured we'd talk about what's next with that.
And we hate him now.
Yeah, he's public enemy number one.
Just kidding. We love you, Jaylen.
Undesirable one.
I guess I'm sure there's lots of people that don't know and are wondering, why he left. He said that we all suck and that our feet stink in the van and that he just can't take it
No, it's his
anymore.
feet that stink in the
No,
van.
but for real though, it's his feet that stink.
Yeah. He's the one who always messes with Kyle. With
He's
his
the
feet.
one that has the issue with smells.
Yeah.
He's always the smell guy. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you smell like fucking shit. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, bro?
I'm not a princess, okay? I don't smell like roses all the time, okay?
I mean, I try my best, but
No, but yeah, I think without getting too into his business, you know what I mean? Like he's got personal stuff that he wants to take care of, and I think it was a tough decision to make, but ultimately was, I think for him, best decision that he saw himself making. So,
Gotta respect it.
yep, exactly.
yeah, we're super happy about it.
I mean, happy for him. Happy for him.
The sarcasm in the voice.
All sarcasm aside, he's got some life stuff going on that he wants to pay more attention to, and being in a band is a huge commitment and a huge time commitment. And in order to, acknowledge some of those life things he's chasing, you gotta make the time for it. And
Yeah.
this is one of those things that just takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Yes, and you can't burn the candle at both ends forever. Eventually you got to figure out where the priorities lie and what, is going to take. Something's got to get cut eventually if he wants to spend that much time doing these different things, and
yeah,
something's got to give somewhere.
yeah, I think, being in the van every weekend and traveling so much, I mean, you miss out on a lot of things. Obviously, I love what we do and getting to travel and everything like that. But, eventually I can see how it can be very taxing to miss a lot of things, to be on the road. People's birthdays, parties, whatever, family stuff.
Family stuff.
If you have a show, that's a commitment, and, you have to be there regardless
Yeah.
of
What
if you're
else is
sick
going
or
on.
tired, or if you have family stuff going on. It's you got to put your best foot forward all the time.
And yeah, it tends to happen to where no matter what you have booked in your personal life, there's going to be times where it's okay, well, am I going to do this band thing, or is it heavy enough to cancel the band stuff because I got life stuff going on? And
Yeah.
with 5 or 6 people, operating, you got to make sacrifices to make the show happen.
It's a 5-person relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's like a 5-way or a 6-way at all times.
And you don't get to have sex with anyone.
Everyone's got. So says Dale.
Oh, you guys didn't tell Dale?
Maybe you're just not nice enough, bro.
I'm definitely not the mean one, okay?
No, you're not the mean one. It's fair.
I think Austin's the mean one.
Me?
Some people like that, though.
I like when he's mean
Yeah,
to
they
me.
do.
Thanks, Daddy.
With that being said, we have no hard feelings towards him, and
Yeah.
there might be some cameos or surprise appearances from him in the future.
He'll be helping with the music. for
He'll
sure.
be around. We'll keep him in our pocket as a production ear, and an ideas guy for us. So he's not really going home.
No, really.
So you'll see him around for sure.
So him being out, I guess the question would be: are we adding somebody else or keeping it just the five of us? And I think we are going to just hold strong as the five here, and
Mm-hmm.
Austin's going to have to nut up or shut up and fucking learn the shit, dude.
It's time to do
It's
my
Shreddy
homework.
Teddy time.
Shreddy Teddy, dude.
McGetty, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we will just be, I think, the five of us. Maybe for some of our bigger shows, we'll add in some features on the horns, maybe, or another guitarist if it calls for it. Or we'll see what happens. Maybe we.
Yeah, I think it
Test the
really
waters
is
with some
going to
shit.
just depend on how moving forward we figure out to pull the songs off, you know, and like what exactly is going to have to change in Austin's part. So then that means like what gets left behind, you know, and isn't going to be played. And then it's like, can Dale adapt with, you know, keys and taking over some of the rhythm parts that Austin's going to not be able to play anymore? Or, you know, like when obviously backtracks are a thing. So some stuff will inevitably make it into the backtrack. Like, it'll for sure be a
Balancing act.
it'll be about, it's like, you know,
It's a redistribution of, you know, where the rhythm section's going to lie and, you know, where the lead and focal point of the song needs to be, what's important to come through. But I'm confident that we'll be able to adapt to it.
Yeah.
It might take a little bit of time to get it harnessed to a well-oiled machine that we were operating at before, but it's going to happen.
yeah.
We did 4 in the past. We've done 5 in the past. We've done
Yeah.
7 in the past. So Desert Fish is still
It's
Desert
definitely-
Fish. It'll
yeah.
still be there. You know, it'll
it's
still
definitely
sound
gone
like
through its chapters and stuff. This
Yeah.
is just another one we got to figure out, navigate.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like the band is ever changing, and I feel like that's that way with every band. You're eventually going to lose a member here, gain a member here, and that's just the way of it. And you really just have to go with the flow of what works and what doesn't work. And I think that redistributing, you know, all the different parts, especially like more rhythm into keys, a lot more what I'm seeing on stage recently is like the rhythm relies so heavily on the keys. Even having that lower sub bubble tone, you know, really drives that rhythm section. So I think that diving into some of those tones will really help us lock down that rhythm section a lot more.
Yeah, that and
Which
you
will
being
allow
able to
me
run 2 keys now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Definitely bought another keyboard, so now I'll be running the 2 keys. I'll have the Roland Juno DS and the Yamaha
MX-49.
MX-49, yeah. So
Nailed it.
definitely
It's like
have
my
to mess around with all of those sounds. I mean, there's literally a million sounds
Yeah,
to
the
go
Roland
through.
is packed with stuff.
And
so.
I'm just sitting in this little room, just going through each sound, finding out which one I want to work, and you know which ones sound crazy. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can never even.
Did you find the
imagine.
bass flute yet?
Like
That one, who was that told us
that was the key player for
was it
Rebel Shakedown. Rebel Shakedown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was telling me that he uses a flute tone and he scoops all the high end out of it, and it gives him like this like crazy subtone. I have not found that flute tone yet, but I've found things like it. A lot of drawboard organ tones and stuff like that, where you can scoop the EQ off and stuff like that. I mean, it's really all just playing around.
Well, that's
with
the nice
it and
thing that
seeing what
Juno
works.
is that you can edit every patch so heavily to like really tailor it to what exactly we need.
Yeah,
know, like-
exactly. And you can also split the keyboard however many different times
Yeah.
you want.
You got like 3 keys
You can
that are
have,
like
like-
cymbals
It's pretty
and, like,
wild.
2 keys that are like timpani. I don't know, dude. That's
Yeah, you
crazy.
can split it in half and have like organ on one side and keys on the other, or split it 3 ways and have like a lead pouch in the middle, and it's all kinds of stuff. So definitely new gear coming in hot, which is, you know, always super fun to mess around with and change our live sound.
Live sound, new live sound, new music.
Question mark?
Question mark? Could be you.
Possibly you.
Yeah. So what's in the works for us, huh?
I mean, at this point, it kind of feels like, you know, when those guys who have all the plates spinning on the poles.
Yeah, I got them on my toes.
Yeah,
on my
that's
hands,
kind of how it
spin 'em on
feels
my
trying to
nose.
like navigate the old stuff and then moving into, you know, obviously we write music. That's what we do. So like we constantly are coming up with ideas and putting them in the computer and whatnot. So there's definitely a few in there that I think that we all think are pretty solid ideas. It just comes to how we're going to finish them now and how we're gonna.
Did get a little bit of a wrench in the plan. We were writing music with J-Light, so we do have to. It may be a little bit later than we were anticipating on putting music out. I think so. It may get pushed back further than we were thinking.
Mostly because most of that music is written for 2 guitars, and we don't want to put something out that we're gonna have to struggle to play live. You know, we want it to translate well to the live show. So slight rewrites on some of them.
A little bit of reevaluation.
Will go a long way. Yeah.
So I know you guys are itching for new music and want to hear it, but that is a little bit where we're sitting on the new music.
Yeah. I mean, we've definitely got a lot of stuff in the bank that we want to be able to start getting out of, and like, so it's one of those. I mean, everyone knows now, we did just do Muffin, so that'll be coming, which there's new versions of songs on that.
Shout out Muffin But Good
Muffin
Vibes
But
for
Good
having us out.
I love those guys.
Hospitality was amazing.
Yeah, they are super awesome. And it was super fun to be there. And like, the week before that, I had been watching like all the sessions, like kind of getting myself mentally prepared and figuring out how we were going to do it. And like, it was super cool to then be sitting on the set there and like looking out at that view that you have sitting on there, like before the sun went down, just sitting behind the kid. I was like, this is awesome. Like, I love what we do. Like being able to be there. Like, I know, it was cool.
The infinity pool was
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a vibe. The infinity pool into the very slanted dirt backyard that led to a very shabby gate that then led to a freeway.
A drop off to a freeway.
You did not want to slip and fall.
And
at
like,
that spot.
meanwhile, we're loading these like 500-pound rack cases at the side of this mountain.
Because we're excessive.
Because
Yeah.
we
We're
couldn't,
extra.
Definitely on
just
us.
bring like 2 acoustic guitars and just sit there and play it. We had to bring like all of our racks, all of our shit, run in-ears, run all that stuff.
Because I'm a tone junkie for guitar.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely
sound
adds a
how it
lot to the
sounds.
performance.
I think it did sound good though.
And they were-
it sounds great.
If we had a chance to do it again, I would do the same thing.
Same.
Like,
Yeah, I
They
agree.
were pleased with our setup, so that was good.
How did you guys feel with the acoustic? Because it's just like super different. For me,
I love doing it.
I'm
I'm
being on
used-
stage. Like I move around a lot. I don't know what to do. I'm Ricky Bobby, not to know what to do with my hands. Where do I look? I need to move around.
I kept zoning out because it's like when I'm in the zone and I'm trying not to forget the lyrics, as I tend to do sometimes.
Really? Wow.
Or play a wrong note or whatever. I kind of zone off into a certain spot. And I noticed a couple times I was zoning out right into the fucking lens of a camera. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'd come back to it and I'd like, look away.
Dylan's just
And,
dead
like,
eyes into the
just-
camera.
Oh my
And he
God.
specifically said,
Don't look
try
at
not
the
to look at the cameras.
Yeah.
And I'm just zoning out right into the camera lenses. But that's just, he's gonna.
I mean, that
do
for me though, like literally, I've stared anywhere but the camera.
Yeah.
So the entire thing, I'm just like
Looking at
looking
I did,
around off into at the mountain behind, or
I did a lot of looking over at the moon and just like,
it's also really
like-
hard to not look at the drones because they're just
Yeah.
like
When
right
the
in your
drones are
face,
taking
flying
them,
all
yeah.
around. It's like, oh,
there
look
was
at that.
there was the drones and then like on a couple different like parts of each song. So I don't know how exactly in his head he was like filming it or whatever. But there were some shots that he felt it seemed like he would go to the same spot in the different takes we were doing. And so there was a couple of them where he would like pan across the drum kit as I was playing, and it was so hard seeing that motion in my like peripheral to not look over at it, and had to just like ignore that he was coming across. And I kept finding myself being like, I can look this way, and then I'm just gonna like turn and look up while I'm doing it when he's like coming across, and just do my best to ignore the fuck out of
Just
him.
find one focal point that you
Yeah.
can just stare at. That's
And then
not the
me and
camera.
me and Nick were looking at the ground at one point, and then a big ass spider walks up, and we're like both trying not to freak out in the middle of the fucking take. Just watching the spider staring right back at us. I was like, oh god.
You turn away for a second, that bitch was gone.
I know.
Yeah.
I was sure to go.
It's in your hair.
Yeah.
I think as far as the music goes, though, acoustically, I really did enjoy getting back. We played a couple acoustic shows in the same time to kind of prep ourselves for that recording. But I think breaking everything down to acoustic, I feel like it gave us a little bit of raw creativity that we haven't really been able to do in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I
There's
really
a lot more
enjoyed
like organic writing with each other live
Yeah.
rather than like I'm writing my part, bring it to the band kind of
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
I think it was fun to. It brought back that sense of like exploration for me, for sure. Looking for those little fun intro lines and how to make the song sound good. I'm sure Dale, when you did the version of Coffee Break Road, I'm sure that was
Yeah, Coffee
a little
Shop
bit
Road was
experimental.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit experimental. I definitely really tried to challenge myself with those recordings and push my voice like really hard, just because it is so raw, and having those little inflections, like you can really hear it when it's so bare bones acoustic. So I definitely really tried to push my vocals on that. And also, singing falsetto for pretty much the entire time was a lot different. I sing really loud. So when you're in an acoustic setting, you'll just blow everyone else out of the water. So I had to sing in my falsetto voice for pretty much the entire thing, except for when I was singing lead, which was like way different and challenging. But I think that being able to control your voice in both formats, if you will, is really challenging, but a really good tool to have in your box.
I want to say I thought it was pretty funny that we didn't even really notice until we got there that we had the hand percussion for primarily one song.
Well, I had to add it because I was like, bro, I'm just sitting here and not doing anything.
It's a lot of
These bongos are for show, dude.
They're for
It's a
show,
lot of
man. I
guitar
can't
work.
actually play the bongos in case
And,
anyone was wondering.
I'm super excited that those versions of those songs are gonna be out and recorded now, because like you're saying, we've played a couple of these acoustic shows, and like we've kind of had to figure out how to adapt some stuff to be able to like fill the time that we'll need to play for the show. And so some of those that we were like Yellow Brick Road, to play that song acoustic, you have to change it. There's no way to really play it like it is on the record as an acoustic song.
It's also challenging to change it. It's not just
Yeah.
like a easy, this goes to...
Yeah.
this
Like
goes
some
to
of them
acoustic, yeah.
translate super easily, and some
Yeah.
of them don't. And that's one I think that's super. It's kind of like if you've ever seen us do our acoustic shows, how Zombie Love is completely different from the recording, the acoustic version. We played in a very different fashion, and both versions I think are fun, but I think they're both worth their own like take. So I'm excited for those to be out, and like the intros that you guys wrote. I think those are super cool.
It brought me back to recording No Fish Rhymed.
Mhm.
The acoustic
Yeah.
things, because that's the same thing with Andrew James. Like that's not a straight acoustic song.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's such a melancholy version of it too, because it sounds
Yeah.
so happy, and it's just such not a happy song.
Yeah, my
yeah,
mom did not like that version. She was like,
She
I don't
didn't?
she's like, I don't like that version. She's like,
it makes you
it's a
feel
happy
things.
song and it's not. It's not a happy song.
It's ironic.
Yeah.
As fuck.
My mom is just OG. She likes
is,
the OG.
dude.
Yeah.
She likes the heavy shit. Yeah.
She likes that heavy shit.
She's a hidden rocker.
Deep down.
I mean, yeah. So I guess for as far as what's coming out, keep an eye out on those channels. Muffin but Good Vibes, the YouTube, Instagram.
Go subscribe.
Show
Go
'em some
follow
love.
them. Go share your
Buy
friends.
some merch, buy some pins. They have really cool stuff to help support them.
If you like the reggae scene, you need to check them out if you haven't heard about them yet.
A bunch of good bands have been
So
doing
many
it.
good bands that are either already out or coming out, and they're still fresh within the last year or two. So like their production value is just
Growing.
growing
Yeah. I
upwardly.
mean, like really
consistently
exponentially, yeah.
exponential, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, show the friends some
most-
love.
Big thanks to Muffin But Good Vibes for having us.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys so much.
Yeah, it was super awesome.
And the muffins were incredible.
And the
I ate
muffins,
two of
tight,
them.
dude.
I
we
didn't
didn't
know
even
the
touch
name.
on the muffins, bro.
I
We
didn't
didn't even
know.
talk about the muffins.
forgot.
That's what the vibe was, but then he busted out muffins,
What,
and I
you
was
mean
like,
muffin but good vibes.
You weren't ready for muffins? You
I
obviously
wasn't
didn't
ready.
do your
I thought it was
research.
just a very clever play on words, but then the muffins came out and they were amazing.
It was the like whiskey reduction, pecan, banana,
so good.
vanilla,
Everything.
maple,
Yeah.
whatever,
Chocolate
dude.
chip.
Yeah.
I am not a sweets person very much at all.
Me too.
But I had to take And I took one with me as well. It was so good.
Yeah, I took 2 of those down. For sure.
Yeah, they were bomb.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. Definitely on tour, you can lose track of what you're eating very quickly, and then it becomes pizza and muffins.
It becomes I've eaten
The
McDonald's 6
next
days in
venue
a
that
row
buys
or
us a
whatever.
pizza, I'm gonna fucking throw it out the window.
I don't think we've ever
I love
eaten
pizza.
McDonald's on tour.
No,
Yeah, we
because
I ate McDonald's on the
Have
way
we?
back from
We guarantee you, yeah.
when we stopped at Walmart before we came back the last time.
No, we've
we were out.
stopped at Taco Bell for sure.
We've
times.
definitely
Taco Bell
group.
slaps, bro.
That's true. I don't know if we've ever group done McDonald's, but we've definitely group done Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like
It's the
I think
only thing open in the area. You're like,
just to say we
screw
did
it.
it.
Order the taco boxes. Let's go.
Let's get 42 tacos. Let's go.
They always
Was
think we're
it on our
joking
way to
when
New
we pull up.
Mexico? Or we were in New Mexico, weren't we? In like some small little town. And like,
Which one?
is that the last time we did the big taco?
Dale
stuff?
threw
The
up?
party pack? No,
that was in Phoenix.
That was in
That was
Phoenix.
Jack in the Box
That was
taco.
Jack in the Box taco.
Jack
No,
in the
we
Box.
did.
We got
Don't eat like 20 tacos after you've been drinking. It's not exactly not a good idea.
No, we
guys.
did Taco Bell. I'm pretty sure it was on our way up to Tico time at some point because it was like the middle of the night and it was the only thing that was open and we stopped.
I don't know. My favorite taco time was when fucking Kyle was like stealing tacos or some shit.
That
I'm
was
pretty sure
Taco
that was
Bell.
the time.
the Taco
Yeah,
Bell
that
time?
Pretty sure that was the time because he was
They're
throwing
so
the
good,
sauce
dude.
packets across the
Yes.
van and I kept finding them.
Fucking were exploding too.
I know.
Over our carpet. I'm so upset. Kyle, I hate you.
I literally rolled over and found one just in my pillow and I was like, what are we doing? Why are these still coming up like the
For
next
extra
day?
flavor when you sleep.
Midnight snack.
Which obviously means
So
that
you have
I mean,
spicy dreams.
If you don't know Kyle, Kyle, he's our merch guy in TM. He's always at, or not, but he's usually at shows and stuff, and then travels with us in the van. He's a bit of a silly goose sometimes.
He's a silly goose.
He's the silliest goose.
Yeah,
You mean Kyle Mraz?
Kyle Mraz.
Yeah, Kyle
Yeah.
Mraz. He's actually Jason Mraz's brother.
But he wouldn't tell
He
you.
actually
He won't
wrote,
tell
He
you.
won't tell you because he's you know, he doesn't. He's very humble. He actually wrote the track "I'm Yours" by Jason Mraz. You know, but he actually wrote it.
The lyrics are.
He's the ghostwriter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the ghostwriter on that. So
He'll never tell you, but you should definitely go up to him and ask him.
Yeah, just ask him
Definitely
about
ask
his
him about
experience
it.
with his brother Jason, and he'll tell you.
He'll tell you all
about
the
it.
stories. Yeah.
Used to work on a weed farm. Pretty cool guy.
Well, talking about being on the road. What's next for shows on the year? I guess.
I don't know if we can say this one yet. It's
We
not
got
technically
something
out.
coming out. Really cool
Locally.
in November.
Yeah.
That
If you
we're
know what goes on in
locked
Tucson in
on.
November.
That we're not allowed to say, but it will be a really cool opportunity.
I'll
We-
say right now for shows we don't have a lot coming up. Mostly because we're gonna, restructure the live show a little bit and redial that. We don't want to like jump into
Half-ass it.
shows and give everybody a show that we don't feel is worthy.
Yeah.
Also, don't want to shove everything in the backtrack either. And
Right.
Yeah,
just
so
not
we're
good.
gonna-
So
Take some time to redial and recalibrate the machine, get the new music going, and then come back swinging with some good live shows. But bear with us while we, go through this change process.
I'm gonna spend some more time on doing things like this. Some more content
Yeah.
and shit. Give
We-
you guys what you want. A little bit of us.
We'll also probably bring back a couple older tracks. The first thing we ever put out's coming up on 10 years?
10 years next year.
So we'll take that into consideration. Some of our live shows, we've had requests for some of the older songs, and we've spent a good year now playing a lot of the Chill Pill album just because it's the new music and that's what bands do. But it's, I think, coming up in a couple shows, I think you can expect a couple of the older tunes to come back. If you have any preference on any of that, please reach out, message us, post it on the page, get involved in the chat groups.
The Fishtank.
The Desert Fish Tank is definitely our page where you can get involved with all the other Desert Fish fans and community.
We love to take input from anybody who has an opinion on it. And if you like hearing our stuff and you want to hear something specific, reach out and we'll definitely consider it.
It's also a more direct line, I think, like to us if you're commenting and posting stuff in the fish tank, because not only do we see it, but like other fans see it, and then Laura, who pretty much runs that, she sees it and she'll tell us. Like
We love
like
Laura.
if there's comments and stuff like on our page, sometimes we see them, sometimes we don't. Like obviously, you know, and not everyone's got access to it. Facebook's weird with notifications. Like it's
I see everything that gets posted in there.
in
Or
fish
I
tank
get notified.
or
Yeah.
You better start responding because now we all know.
Yeah.
You done played yourself, son.
yeah.
I responded to that.
But yeah, if you're posting in fish tank, Laura, if there's something that like everyone is saying, Laura will, you know, reach out and be like, hey, there's tons of people wanting this. You guys should probably do this.
Laura takes care of our page for us because she's amazing.
She's the best.
She does it for absolutely nothing, just because she loves us and she's the kindest person ever. And
She
just want to throw a
genuinely wants
shout
to
out
see us
to
succeed.
her.
Yeah.
She's she's a super genuine person.
I'll tell
And,
you,
Big hug.
Yeah, if you want any merch and stuff like that, she can help point you in the right direction. And she also does merch drops for us occasionally on the fan page.
So look out for
keep
that
your
shit.
eyes open
And
for that.
giveaways and
Yeah,
stuff.
she does the giveaways and
And if you're curious where to go to find any of that information and or merch, the answer is desertfishmusic.com.
it always is.
That's all we let Dylan say.
It's all that's
If you're wondering why I haven't been speaking much, it's because I didn't have my cue to say desertfishmusic.com yet.
Now you got it though.
There's a blinking light here in the studio and it just went off. So
That actually would be funny. Put a little like cue light.
like the
just
applause
says-
light in like
Yeah,
a live
It just
studio.
says.
But it says
just
Desert-
says.
It says desertfishmusic.com.
That's what we should do in the stomp boxes you guys use on stage. Put a little light in it that says desertfishmusic.com. So anytime you look down, you see desertfishmusic.com. You're like, oh, that's right.
that's
We
right.
should just change the front of them both to say Desert.
Yeah, that's true.
Desertfishmusic.com.
Oh, Desert Fish. We just need one that says music.com.
Yeah.
Music.com, people would be so confused.
we have to put them all together in the middle, and then
just
we can
make one
build
big
two
box.
more
Wide ones.
that are just on the outside. They don't have to say anything though. We just
But we
need,
could get them to say desertfishmusic.com.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
okay.
And then we QR code
I was gonna
one
say
of them.
QR codes on the ones on the sides. You and me, same.
Dude, great minds, man.
Your dad has to wood engrain
Engrave.
into the
Yeah.
wood a perfect QR code.
They have lasers and stuff now, dude. It's
have
not even
freaking
hard.
lasers,
They have
dude.
freaking laser beams,
3D
bro.
print us a box with a QR code.
He doesn't have a 3D printer.
Dean does.
Well, he needs one.
Then Dean can do it.
This
Daddy
is-
Dean will do it, bro.
For everyone listening, this is a great window into how sometimes our conversations
Well,
just
this is how we
devolve.
figure things out.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like
Completely
we
agree,
just
but I love it.
So
get
far
on
off track.
tangents and
That's okay,
oh
though.
yeah.
You
so
gotta get
far
the
off
crazy
track.
ideas out first, so then you can hone them in. to
Okay,
reality.
so what's the next logical thing that we should talk about then? What's
Show-wise?
What?
Show-wise?
Shows.
Oh no. Well,
Oh,
yeah, I
just
mean,
general.
we don't really have a lot of shows coming up.
No, I think the most important thing is to just keep an eye on the page and on the website for shows. We'll be releasing a couple of shows here pretty soon that are kind of towards the end of the year.
End of
Like,
the
that's
year,
that's
yeah.
the next time you can really expect some bigger shows from us.
And hopefully hitting the new year hard.
Yep. Yeah, that'll give us enough time to sort of, I guess,
Pick up the
mold and
pieces.
sort of figure out exactly what we need to be doing.
And
Just
if you
couple
want to
months.
book us for anything, just
Dylan?
reach out.
DesertFishMusic.com.
There you
That's
go.
where
we
you
go.
book
There's a
us.
tab on the website that just says booking.
Also, if you guys have any things that you would like to see from us content wise, we need all the ideas that we can take.
Yes.
So if you want to see us do something crazy or just see us do something hilarious, shoot us a message. We'll 10 out of 10 probably do
Like
it.
Yeah.
Dylan bowling and nipple pasties.
That's already happened, I'm pretty sure.
That might be footage online of that
Those
somewhere.
are my videos. So
Maybe a bowling with desert fish.
Bowling with desert fish would be cool.
contest would be really
It'd
fun.
be fun.
cool.
Yeah, in the vein of content, I believe we talked about putting this one up and putting it on our YouTube and everything so everyone can go listen to it. If you like these, we might continue to do them. But should we tell people where to find those at?
Yeah, I think we're going to be getting a Patreon together and putting some more content that's well produced up there and give you guys more of some insight, some behind the scenes of songs and shows and just desert fish in general. So if that's something you're interested in, like I said, keep an eye out on our Facebook page. It's not out or fully up yet, but we got ideas cooking. But we want to hear what you guys think and what you guys want, because we want to give you guys what you want.
Give the people what they want.
It seems like the way that it's kind of flowing into becoming the Patreon content is we're going to have, like obviously potentially this more often, but then also like stage stuff and like you said, behind the scenes kind of style with that and like the music. But then also I think we might end up doing like developing like a couple of small like video series things. Like we've done like stories and stuff of the like cooking with desert fish, but that I think he's going to potentially turn into a new series. But if you've got like ideas for things like that you want to see us doing, like doing real life stuff, like the bowling or whatever, like we can turn those not only into videos, but like into potential, like a potential series that could be up on Patreon and like a sort of like, hey, we do one of these a month or one of these a week or whatever they are. Sort of like episodes or whatever.
Give you something a little bit more. Spice up the plate for you.
Just some extra content and stuff if the music and the shows aren't enough for you.
Hidden hot sauce packets.
Hidden, yeah.
In the van,
That's
per se.
okay. We give Kyle a camera and we're just like, your new series on Patreon is Hidden Hot Sauce Packets. And it's just him secretly hiding it, taking the video of him hiding the hot sauce packets. And then later
video
when
of us
someone finds
discovering
it,
it.
he gets it on video.
Oh man.
Well, I think we can wrap it up there. Well,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
call it there, and
Hopefully, for all of those of you who are worrying about this, that, and the other, we
Where
just
this
want to
might
keep you
go.
guys informed
Send.
and in the loop here. We haven't fallen off the edge of the earth, but anytime things like this happen, it takes some time to adjust and change and prioritize what's good. So that's what we've been up to.
Smooth seas don't make good sailors, though.
Absolutely.
True that.
Don't be afraid to reach out on us on any social media platforms as well as our personals. We love to chat with you guys and get to know you guys as well. So please reach out. We'll definitely message you guys back.
yeah, dude. Thank you guys for continuing to support us over the fucking
10 years now.
decade we've been
Yeah.
playing together. So we really do appreciate it. So show us some love if you can. Give us a like and subscribe. Oh,
Yeah.
YouTuber shit, dude.
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell!
No, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but it helps us out a lot. So. We love you guys. Have a good one, and we'll
Much
see you
love.
soon.
Peace out,
Yeah,
guys.
much love.
See you
Easy,
soon.
Talk to you
guys.
soon.
Mwah.
Cool.
Ta-da.